Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for December 11th, 2025. We've got Allies and Seaside today. And let's see, we've got Salvager Broker for trashing. We've got very limited draw options. Basically just broker draw, which is a pretty awkward way to draw in general. You got to be able to gain expensive enough cards that you're actually netting draw. I guess, never mind. Okay, yeah. And then plus actions is just specialist, so the combination of those things is broker and specialist. So the combination of those things is very awkward. And then gains, you got blockade for gains, Architect's Guild. You can get favors from Underling and Sycophant. Salvager gives you plus buy, but it's not net gains. Treasure Map can give you golds. Galleria can give you plus buy if you gain cards in the right cost range. So it looks to me like the goal is going to be to do a lot of broker stuff and to support that with Architect's Guild and Specialist. Galleria can be triggered by blockade. Architect's Guild as well, actually. So I think favors are going to be pretty valuable. So I think with all that in mind, we're going to want to do a lot of stuff with broker. So I think we want to get a broker and probably we ignore salvager. I mean, they're filling pretty similar niches. The only real advantage salvager has is that it gives you the plus buy. But we can get the plus buy from Galleria. So that being said, we probably want to open with a blockade. Blockade's usually worth playing with here. I think it combines well with the other things that we want to do. We can blockade broker. So I think Underling to already set up the Architect's Guild stuff looks good. And then blockade. Well, this is nice. We take the broker. And then we can just stuff a couple more underlings into our deck, or we can wait until, well, I mean, we'll take one underling with our bot, but the question is, do we want to trigger Architect's Guild for an underling now, or do we want to wait till next turn? So next turn, at worst, we have 3 coppers and 2 estates, or it's not possible for us to see 0 estates with the broker. Oh, wait, I didn't consider getting a second blockade. I don't think that can be correct, though. I think it's got to be broker. So never mind that. But, yeah, if we could get a specialist and another 4 cost, that might be better. I mean, yeah, we'll still have 2 estates that we can broker for actions, potentially, if we need to. Specialist underling. Yeah, I think we don't spend the favors now. We take the underling. Broker estate for coins. I guess brokering for favors could be pretty interesting at some point, but like specialist. And yeah, I think another broker. I wouldn't mind getting another blockade, but I think I want the broker more. Okay. So if we specialist broker for cards and we draw like, you know, underlings or blockade, that's going to be awkward. I think we just do specialist broker, take coins, trash a copper, get another underling. Okay, this should be coins again. And we can get a specialist. We are going to need Galleria at some point, but I don't think we need that just yet. And I think we get another blockade here and then plan to blockade broker rather than blockading blockade. I think that's more valuable. The bot's not playing with broker, which I think is insane. I think that's the case. The bot blockaded. Oh, because I had blockaded broker, and so it blockaded salvager instead. Yeah, I was afraid of that. The odds were not very high, of course, but oh my god. Well, I guess brokering a blockade is not unreasonable. We can replace it easily enough. But what would we broker it for, right? That's the problem. Like, I want to play one of the blockades. Like, if we had the specialist, then that would all be fine and dandy. I mean, I guess we could do, like, broker blockade for coins and buy, like, gold specialist or something. And then gold is good broker fodder. I'd really like to get a blockade in play. I think I'm going to go blockade a broker, go ahead and spend favors to gain another underling. Sycophant is interesting. It's not a great broker target, but it's not terrible. Haven's the more straightforward option for sure. We might want the extra favors next turn is what I'm thinking about. I think I'll take the Sycophant. Well, okay. We didn't find the other specialist. Man. Get just like nothing. Just gonna trash a couple coppers. I don't think I want another Sycophant. I'll just take a Haven, I guess. Okay, see, this is more like it. Okay, so specialist the broker. Trashing, I think Sycophant for cards. I mean, it could be that we should trash the broker for cards, but I'm going to do it this way. Sycophant for cards. And we can just do Haven for actions. And then, unfortunately, We don't have any money unless we trash our blockade. Maybe we just do that. And we can replace the blockade, I guess. Specialist. Blockade. We could take an underling. It comes with a curse, which is pretty bad. Let's not do that. Corsair. Damn it. Still haven't gotten a Galleria. Specialists are low. I'm thinking about just brokering this blockade and going like gold specialist underling. Alternatively, we could blockade broker and buy the underling. Save the favors. Maybe that's better. So why do they get to line up specialists? I never get to do that. Okay. So play one underling. Another underling. Play another underling. Can I draw another specialist, please? Fine. Just play the specialist on the underling. Where is any of my stuff? Okay. Let's just double play underling. Broker. Or, sorry, a blockade of broker. And then I think we... Oh man, we can only... I would really like to trash a copper here. But... How much copper is the bot trashed? None. Okay. The problem is that... I guess we do only have 3 specialists. How is that even possible? I don't know. Yeah, I really want to buy province. But that means brokering broker for coins. We can gain another specialist. Oh, I mean, sorry, another broker. Piles are getting low. I don't know if that's a good idea. I would like to get another specialist here. Like province gold specialist. I mean, any brokers that the bot gains do come with curses. So maybe it is a good idea. But we have to trash. So, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Okay, well... Province, gold, specialist. I think we do take another broker. I guess we're not going to play with plus buy. I mean, right now we don't super need it. Okay, I feel like we should be able to win here. Once again, we can't pair specialists because, of course. Might as well play an underling. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So we're going to want to gain at least one specialist. Well, actually, we don't really need to do that. All we need to do is gain, like, we buy province specialist broker, we specialist one broker, and we blockade a broker. That's all we really need to do. So I think we'll start with specialist underling. Play that again. Play the specialist again. To play specialist, to play underling. Underling. Play the specialist again to play broker, to trash gold for cards. Then play... Sorry, no. Then gain a copy of broker. And now... can do blockade, broker, broker, broker for coins, and buy province, specialist, broker. Might have been a way to get a little bit more out of that turn, but there wasn't really a necessity for that. Yeah, this didn't really get to where I wanted it to be. I mean, the fact that we were never colliding specialists definitely hurt. I think getting one gallery into the deck at some point would have been good. I think that would have been a lot more doable if we'd ever collided the specialist before the last turn, because then, I guess it was the second to last turn, but by the second to last turn, there wasn't much point in adding a Galleria, but if like we could have been adding specialists along the way while buying the Galleria, I think that would have been, like, even just having like one early like specialist collision, or just like, it wasn't even necessarily the specialists not colliding themselves that was the problem. It was more like that I kept not being able to line stuff up in a way where I would be able to draw like enough cards to make them collide and that sort of thing. Like, I don't know. I don't necessarily think my draws were awful or anything. I think that my draws were just not sufficiently cooperative to make room for Galleria. And I don't know if that's like below expectation or whatever, but it felt like things just didn't line up nicely, at least. And I think if they had, then you know, potentially earlier in the game we like broker something for cards. It's like the problem was I could neither like do like, you know, early in the game, relatively early in the game, I was neither able to do like specialist on underling into broker for cards, or broker for actions, broker for cards, which I mean is a lot of stuff that needs to line up, right? But the blockade should, in theory, help with that, like because you have a 6-card starting hand, and you're going to have at least a broker or an underling if that's what you're blockading. But it just like did not did not pan out that way. I kept having hands where it'd be like, oh well, I could broker this blockade, but then like so that I can play the other broker, but then that doesn't do anything because then I just have copper in my hand or whatever. A good copper trasher would definitely have helped a lot in that respect. I still trash some copper, but obviously broker trashing copper is not great. But all that being said, yeah, I mean, I think getting a Galleria a few turns from the end would have definitely been nice, but maybe, I don't know, maybe also just a luxury, maybe not really necessary for what the deck is realistically going to actually do. It seemed like I managed to stack up a lot more favors than the bot, even though we had similar numbers of underlings. I'm not really sure why that was. Maybe just because I had more draw. I had trashed some copper. I had more brokers. I'm guessing that's the reason. But yeah, I mean, like my rough idea of how this was going to play out, I think was accurate. Is mostly just the Galleria part that was like, no, that's not happening. Well, in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.